it's Jay here, and yes, I know that this cat is not Allie, but I'm using Nina for this video. Deal with it! Okay, so, as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I was kind of hesitant to make this video, but focus. Focus. Whatever. I'm sorry if it's out of focus. It's there. No, okay. It's this location. It doesn't. There we go. This location. It doesn't like to focus right here. But I'm going to be reading the second chapter of my book, which is called Secretly Friends. And hello. Okay. But I'm going to be reading the second chapter of it. And if you haven't watched the first video, I highly recommend watching that one before you watch this one. Because, well, you know, you should probably know the first chapter before the second chapter. And second before yeah, and so forth. Yeah, whatever. So, So, without further ado, let's get started. I'm more prepared this time, by the way, so it's not going to be, like, extremely complicated. Chapter 2, Aspen. Aspen! I heard my mother scream in the distance. This time, her voice sounded worried, almost concerned. I almost gave up and went back. No, I'm in this far too deep now to go back, I thought. So I ran deeper into the forest. I heard the guards behind me. I frantically looked around. And where to hide? There was only one thing to do: go off the trail and never return. It no longer mattered if I got lost. I didn't need to remember my way back. I stepped on thorns, rocks, and sticks, but I kept going. I kept going beyond exhaustion. My jaw and shoulders ached from carrying my school bag and suitcase. My chest burned, screaming for me to stop and catch my breath. Finally, I couldn't go on. I felt dizzy and my whole body shook with dehydration, hunger, and exhaustion. I tried to keep moving, but I fell and could not get to my feet. I was so weak, so frail. I felt the world slipping away from me. I let myself slip out of consciousness, and that was the last thing I remembered for hours. I woke up and everything was different. The air was filled with ash and smoke. Bombs exploded in the distance, and I knew a war had started. I coughed for a minute, and then I recuperated enough to realize how big of a target I would be. I was shivering and hungry, but I didn't dare stop to eat with a war going on. I dragged my luggage along in the I dragged my luggage along in the forest for what felt like hours before I saw it. Light. A soft, fluorescent glow came from a hole in the ground. I crept towards it, fearing some wolves were camping out there, or even other tigers that would make me return home. I thought that it was completely empty, though, and that the place... Whoa! No, don't do that! I thought that it was empty, though, and that the place was warm. I dropped my bags down the hole first, to ensure that no one came into... I dropped my bags down the hole first, to ensure that no one came into view. Nothing. I jumped down myself and noticed that the ground was covered in super soft moss. The light came from the walls. Well, no, not the walls, but rather unusual lights on the walls. Little strategically placed bulbs that seemed to be powered by some sort of juice. Under the little light was a glass pocket with the stuff. A tube brought the stuff through the wires, powering the lights. And boy, were they bright. I continued looking all the place and saw that it had a stream, fruit trees that somehow still provided food, a bed, a wolf pup. Oh God, I whispered. She was asleep, but could wake up at any second. I started to tiptoe halfway across the huge cavern, but my suitcase's wheels squeaked. The pup's eyes flew open, and she was suddenly alert and staring at me with her light violet eyes. I froze for a second, then tried to bolt up the steep walls of the hole, but my claws couldn't get a hold in the ice. She just sat there on her bed, watching me helplessly try to escape. Then, after I gave up, she said, "Well, you're a funny-looking wolf." I shook my head in disbelief. Wolf? I'm not a wolf, I'm a tiger. She didn't freak out or anything. She just simply said, "Oh, sorry. I guess that makes more sense. Please don't attack me." "I will not attack you if you do not attack me." "Deal. You look lost. Are you stranded?" "Yes, I suppose you could say that." I mean, if we're at peace, you could stay here with me." "Really? Thank you so much." "You're welcome. But if we're to get into some huge fight, it is my cavern." "Of course." "I'm Angel, by the way." "I'm Aspen." I set my things down and walked a bit closer to her. She went over to her trees and started picking fruit. "Are you hungry?" she asked, turning around. "Yes, but if it is a bother for you, I have a few snacks to eat. Can you not?" Having a bark off. Oh my god! You know what? We're going to ignore the dog. Okay. "Yes, but if it is a bother for you, I have a few snacks to eat," I said, feeling my stomach rumble. After picking many ripe fruits, she set them down beside the stream and caught several fish. The dog's still barking, so you know what? I don't have the battery for this. After picking many ripe fruits, she set them down beside the stream and caught several fish. Then she walked over to a closet-like hole in the smooth wall and pulled out a basket to put the food in. Then she flicked a switch, causing a fire to light in a second hole. This one had a thin stone slab over it that I now realized was her stove. She squeezed some fruit juice onto the stove and fried up the fish. She also cut some fruit as a side with a sharpened rock. My mouth started to water when I smelled the fish cooking. After a few minutes, she put some cooked chunks of fish and some fruit on 2 plates and placed them on a stone table. She took 2 cups and filled them, along with a pitcher, up with water. "Here you go. I'm not the best cook, but I tried my best." I walked over and sat on the log used for a chair across from her. "Thank you, Angel, for everything," I said, and I meant it too. We ate our delicious food and talked about things that didn't really matter. Not the war, why we were out here, why we were alone. Nope. We just talked about things like neither of us have siblings and stuff like that. Oh yeah. Also about how we're both princesses of our territories. So we're supposed to want each other dead. Okay, so, focus. That was the 2nd chapter. Oh my god, I'm going to kill someone. Stop! But that was the 2nd chapter. It was a bit longer than the first one. And, yeah. So, I hope you liked it. And let me know if you want to hear more. So, that's all for now. Goodbye, my beautiful cookies. Hugs!
Yeah, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Mental, out my brain, passion, go insane. Yeah, I'm gonna show you.